सनी कई बार एक होता है ना कि घर पे अगर आप छोटे हो, इट डजंट मैटर अगर आप 3 दिन भी छोटे हो, आप छोटे हो, आप कभी बड़े नहीं होते. So Sunny is sometimes the shikar of that. So, but he's sometimes the wisest of us all.
But isn't that Katrina also? She's super wise.
Oh, she is. She is very wise and she's very intelligent. You know, she's really, really intelligent because sometimes her perspectives are like really like smart. There are some struggles, you know, realistic struggles, which are all in like fun and jest. बाहर जितने भी बड़े स्टार होंगे, आप घर पे घर की दाल हो. The family thing that we are trying to follow right now is that we're not going to discuss films on the dining table. It just happens automatically because like now it's like every member in the family is from the film industry, so it just happens. Like that is our world.
At some given point in time, everybody, or maybe all the girls, have dreamt to start the Great Indian Family with this man. Fortunately, he already has one of his own right now. Hey everyone, this is me, Hesha Chima, and today I'm getting up close and personal here on ETimes with Vicky Kaushal. Do you know I have a huge crush on you?
Really?
Yeah, huge.
Oh,
like
wow.
a huge crush on you. And I'm sure every other female journalist who must have come here has said this to you at some point.
So
Hai na?
sweet. See, it's not very useful for our interview if you're going to make me blush so much in the beginning.
Listen, I'm blushing myself, you know, right? I'm just like, oh, Vicky's interview, I have to do this. But, Sastrikal.
Sastrikal ji,
Bhajan Kumar ji. So, we have a little Punjabi connect here.
Haan
So,
ji.
I'm going to start off from there only.
Okay.
My nani used to take me for these satsangs when I was a baby. जहाँ पे सारे भजन्स चल रहे हैं, वाइब हो रहा है और वो बॉलीवुड गाने के, you know, भजन्स बन जाते थे. The way you're doing it in the trailer is too swaggy, and I'm loving it. But आपकी दुविधा ये है कि the girls are coming and taking Ashirwad. But if Vicky Kaushal is a pundit, who'd want to take Ashirwad? I wouldn't. I would have gotten happily married to you, yeah. But what's this दुविधा of Bhajan Kumar? What's happening in the Great Indian Family?
हाँ देखिए अब वो he is into devotion and he is fully committed to being Bhajan Kumar, but there are some struggles, you know, realistic struggles, which are all in like fun and jest. It's nothing serious, but हाँ है उसकी अपनी अपनी problems हैं जो हर young लड़के की problems होती हैं. In that, मतलब not in just that sense, but like you know when you're young and you want to be a rebel also and you want to be like कि अरे यार but this is right and that is wrong. So he's also coping up with all of that when it comes to his own family as well. और एक चीज़ होती है ना एक Indian household में कि आप बाहर जितने भी बड़े स्टार होंगे आप घर पे घर की दाल हो. You know, so he's also always like just frustrated with that कि घर पे मेरी वैल्यू नहीं है, बाकी हर जगह वैल्यू है बट घर पे मेरी कोई वैल्यू नहीं है. So I guess it's all of that.
आपकी रियल लाइफ में घर पे वैल्यू है कि मम्मा पापा सनी कटरीना और ऑल लाइक कि हाँ ठीक है वी सॉ एवरीथिंग आई नो विद द विकी कौशल बट वी आर चिल.
वहाँ पे एक जगह वैसी होनी भी चाहिए where you are nobody, where you are just चुप इधर आ उधर बैठ. So home should be that, you know. So yeah, it's that.
Have you gone to any of these bhajans and satsangs as a baby?
पहले बहुत गया था with mom. Me and Sari used to go with mom for all the jagratas and satsangs and jagrans that she wanted to attend. तो कई बार गए थे and वहाँ पे हमेशा वो बहुत शर्म आती थी कि हमको ना उठा के डांस करवा दें क्योंकि कई बार बच्चों को भी उठा देते हैं ना कि डांस करो चलो. तो but half an hour into that jagran and satsang, you are the first ones dancing and
Jai Mata Di, Jai Mata Di.
So it used to be a lot of fun. Yeah, all the cousins would come together and all of that. So that whole family environment and going into all like you know late nights. पहले late nights तक के बहुत कम options और opportunities मिलते थे. तो you know so those nights with the cousins and the whole family gang used to be really pleasant.
You know when you talk about like Indian families specifically, the love bond etc. तो होता ही है. But another thing which is always spearheaded is Kalesh. That's always there. I'm sure Bhajan Kumar की family में भी there's Kalesh which we're going to unravel on 22nd September. I want to know in Vicky's family if there is any Kalesh, what is the way to navigate through that?
See, always the way to navigate through a Kalesh is to always cater to the person who's most emotionally hurt. Don't cater to logic. Cater to emotions.
Yeah.
Because Kalesh happens because one person is logical and the other person is emotional.
Yeah.
You know, and one person is like, but this makes sense. And the other person is, I don't care about sense. This is what it makes me feel.
Yeah.
You know, so that is how Kalesh happens. Always, if you want to sort out the Kalesh, always cater to the person who is emotionally hurt. That is the best way to sort out Kalesh. Because till the time you're going to keep addressing the logic, that's not going to sort out the Kalesh.
There's going to be more Kalesh.
It's like... क्या वो बोलते हैं ना oil to the fire.
हाँ.
Yeah.
So tell me something, is there any family ritual of yours that has been carried forwarded even now that you've seen like your parents do it and you all as kids follow that, or even as teenagers? Like मेरे घर पे एक rule है by default कि कुछ भी हो जाए एक meal तो साथ में खाना ही खाना है. Everybody has erratic schedules in my house. We're two sisters, but you have to have that one meal together, which I think has also carried forwarded now when I have my own family. Something like that with you?
See, the mom still, like, fights for it, ki yaar ye wo, but I think the family thing that we are trying to follow right now is that we're not going to discuss films on the dining table. It just happens automatically because like now it's like every member in the family is from the film industry, so it just happens, like that is our world. But mom always like film की बातें नहीं करनी, खाने जब खा रहे हैं तब नहीं बातें करनी, and we are also like, we see the sense in that, everything and every time it shouldn't be just films. So we also sometimes go into films and then come back कि नहीं यार फिल्म की बातें नहीं करनी, हाँ तो और बताओ.
तो खाने की बातें होती है,
खाने की बात होती है, यहाँ वहाँ की बातें होती हैं, and that's when you realize बहुत कई बातें हैं करने के लिए, but sometimes we just engrossed in the surface level of chats कि यार these are the predominant thoughts in our mind, so you just end up chatting about it कि कौन सी फिल्म देख ली, कौन सी फिल्म कर रहे हैं, कौन सी फिल्म ये वो. But then हाँ वो एक रिमाइंडर हमेशा होता है कि यार अच्छा डाइनिंग टेबल पे फिल्म की बातें नहीं करनी.
So Sunny and I are college friends. We know each other very well. Yeah. So we'd come to the Times of India office once, and I actually was just doing my work, and he went like, "भूल गई, journalist बन गई." So I said, "No, of course not." So what I want to ask you is that as a sibling to my sister, also we are damn competitive. Like it's full on. Like, "Mummy, आप बताओ कौन better है? What's happening?" Are you guys competitive too?
No यार.
Yeah, very
Never,
chill.
not like that. Like our age gap is like there's not much age gap between us. So it's like we are more like friends, and we are like हमारे ना हम turns लेते रहते हैं कि technically I am the elder brother, but sometimes he becomes the elder brother, and like sometimes I get the best life advices from him because sometimes he's the most fun Kaushal in the household, but sometimes he's also the most like wise. तो कई बार बीच में से out of nowhere there'll be like one thought of wisdom that he'll throw and you'll be like, wow man, that
But
makes
isn't
sense.
that Katrina also? She's super wise.
Oh, she is very wise and she's very intelligent. She's really really intelligent because sometimes her perspectives are like really like smart. But Sunny कई बार एक होता है ना कि घर पे अगर आप छोटे हो, it doesn't matter अगर आप 3 दिन भी छोटे हो, आप छोटे हो, आप कभी बड़े नहीं होते. So Sunny is sometimes the शिकार of that. So but he's sometimes the wisest of us all. Yeah.
Talking about the great Indian family, you're playing a pandit. Do you personally believe in all of this? Like कभी कुंडली दिखाई है, future क्या है, life में क्या होने वाला है?
नहीं, कुंडली वगैरह तो नहीं, but we are at least spiritual. Like मतलब वो घर पे अभी भी जो एक जो आपने पूछा था ना कि आपने क्या मॉम डैड से, तो जैसे डैड की एक आदत है नहाने के बाद ही विल डू अगरबत्ती इन द हाउस एंड मंदिर में लगाते हैं. सो वो मुझ में भी आदत आ गई है कि नहाने के बाद थोड़ी सी अगरबत्ती करके घर पे फिर मंदिर में लगा लो एंड हनुमान चालीसा पढ़ लो. जब भी दिवाली की पूजा होती है, गणपति की होती है, तो वो आरती होती ही है. सो इन दैट वे वी आर लाइक वेरी गॉड फियरिंग एंड लाइक वो होता ही है. And so but that's like any other Indian household. जहाँ it is, we are very God-fearing people, and we have this blind faith in God. So that is there.
We're in an era where, of course, OTT has taken precedence also. Of course, theatres, films are always going to be there. You've given a successful hit in 2023 as well. But with the great Indian family of film, where we can actually watch with the entire family, is something that we probably were missing also, from the roots of it, or something that brings that back. Is that the reason why you chose to do something like this? Because it's a very hatke role for you also.
Somewhere. See, firstly, I think because the story spoke to me emotionally. When I heard the film for the first time, after the narration got over, I felt यार कि जो भी इसमें उतार चढ़ाव थे, मस्ती, मज़ा, emotion सब थे, everything just spoke to me. Everything was just like very relatable. Everything I felt was कि if I go with my family, they'll have a great time. Because on many levels it's relatable. Many levels you see a reflection of your own family. You see कि हाँ wherever we prosper, wherever we falter, everything is there. And in a very charming way. Nothing too like grave and like very like which will pull your mood down. It's actually a very like in a way it will uplift your mood in that sense. It's a celebration. It's a typical Yash Raj family entertainer. And कहीं ना कहीं हमारे इंडियन सिनेमा की नींव ही एक फैमिली ऑडियंस को सिनेमा हॉल तक लेकर आने की रही है, शुरू से लेके अब तक. सो आई एम वेरी हैप्पी दैट आफ्टर डूइंग सो मेनी सीरियस फिल्म्स आई एम गेटिंग द चांस टू यूनाइट विद द पायनियर्स ऑफ family entertainers, Yash Raj films, and to be directed by Victor sir, and then be a part of the great Indian family.
I've always wanted to ask you this. I've noticed that, in your entire body of work, you've never been an actor who's compartmentalized himself, into a particular role or a character. And secondly, you're not somebody who's afraid to be a part of an ensemble cast. Today, at this given point in time, what does it take for Vicky Kaushal to actually say yes to a project or a script?
The story, the script, and the filmmaker. Because for me, it's a director's medium. So firstly, when I hear the film for the first time, I read the film for the first time, I'm an audience member. मुझे लगता है कि हाँ यार, ये मैं 300, 400, 500 रुपए खर्चा करके ये मैं देखूंगा तो मुझे लगेगा it was worth my money. I had a great time. That's the first box I want to tick. Secondly, the filmmaker's vision. What is the filmmaker's vision? How does he want to or she want to tell the story? That is very important because the same script can be directed in 100 different ways by 100 different directors. So if that is something that's speaking to you, that's another important thing. And of course, as an actor, you're always on the lookout कि यार हाँ यार ऐसा कुछ नया है मेरे लिए ऑफर करने के लिए, यार कुछ नया है कि मैं अपने आप में कुछ ढूंढ पाऊँ, कि कुछ नया मैं ऑडियंस तक लेके आ पाऊँ. So that is always, these are the basic things like I'm looking forward to, and not very calculative decision. It's always from the heart कि यार ये कुछ सुना, बहुत मज़ा आया. And every film has its own destiny. क्या hit होगी, क्या flop होगी, आपको नहीं पता.
Yeah.
But as long as like I just want to be the most excited person to do the film on the set. Like my conviction to do the film should be like the most on set. That's what I crave for. That's where I feel that should happen. So yeah, it's as long as that is happening, it's good.
And where do you derive your sense of security and your grounding so much from? Is this family, rightly said?
Yes, of course. Everything stems from your upbringing and your conditioning and, all that you've seen and learned and observed since your childhood. So everything stems from that. But after a point, see, my defense mechanism as a person is to not overthink. Sometimes what happens is sometimes when things get complicated and things get, the situation is such that it makes you feel insecure. And we are humans. We are our tendency is to feel insecure.
Yeah.
If something like that happens, I genuinely make a huge effort to not overthink. कि यार इसको over analyze मत करो, overthink मत करो, because in that situation, when you think more than it's required, it's never going to give you a positive result. It's only going to make you go into a rabbit hole of complexities, and you're going to feel, every day you're going to feel that it's a deeper hole, it's a deeper hole. So जब कुछ complicated हो रहा है, I try to detach from it and then see it from an objective point of view. And most times you kind of get a understanding of it.
What is a non-negotiable for you when it comes to your family?
When it comes to my family?
Yeah.
For me, we could disagree with each other, but I think in any Indian household, what's non-negotiable is not being together.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, and I don't mean like under the same roof kind of being together. Of course, that's great. For me, it's like the family being together. You could be continents apart, but the family always sticks together, So for me, there should be space for disagreements.
Yeah.
But it never goes to the question of not being together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for us also. Like as I grew up, I'm 32 right now, but probably when I was 10 years younger, making trips with family and something was like backseat. Pehle kaam karna hai, career, etc. Now I feel with aging parents, with myself also growing, I feel that's become a non-negotiable for me, that I want to have that time. Probably festivals ho gaya, or travel ho gaya, but I need to be there with my mama, papa, my sister, and go on. Tell me, what's an ideal family vacation like for you?
Oh, I would say when we get to go to our pinned Punjab, maza aata hai. Like, and also it's got a lot of nostalgia to it because during our summer vacations we used to go there for a month and a half, and that was like. But now everybody is working, so we don't ever get time together.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm shooting in Punjab, I would go solo, make a solo trip, and sometimes Sunny would do that. But now when we get to do that together, it's great. Yeah, it's like brings back lots of memories.
Before I let you go, tell me, how did Katrina, Sunny, Mom, Dad react when they saw the trailer of The Great Indian Family?
They all loved it. They found it very cute. They found it very endearing, and they're looking forward to watching the film. So they are also wanting me to tell them when is the screening, when am I showing the film.
Oh, they haven't seen it yet?
No, they haven't seen the film. So we'll all watch it together. And yeah, fingers crossed, because they are my most frank critics.
Yeah.
So they will tell me things as they are, what they liked, what they disliked, everything. So I'm having my fingers crossed. I'm always nervous but very excited to show them the film.
All the very best. We're
Thank
looking
you.
forward to The Great Indian Family, and we're going to watch it with our family. So all the very best, and see you
Thank
soon,
you so
Vicky.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.